Spartan Nation, Big Ten Nation, what's going on? Cue the Woodshed coming right back at you once again. Ken, the super cool Spartan, my brother Brian, the super duper, just out of this world mad Spartan. Just, I don't know, his madness goes into the multiverse. That's how mad he is about Michigan State football. Once again, Jonathan Smith, it's an art form what he's doing, just finding ways to lose games at this point.
It's torturous.
Luckily, we were enjoying ourselves in Florida watching Michigan State for a little mini vacay. We definitely needed here, in these cold parts of Detroit, Michigan. Went down to sunny Florida for a little bit with, a little mini family reunion. But it's probably cue the Woodshed. Our job is to watch, no matter how torturous it is, to watch the Spartan football team. So we carved out time to do that. And as glorious as it was when we saw Michigan State take, the lead, similar to the Minnesota game, they went up 17-7. What did we say, Brian? Number one, to steal your thunder again, this is the get right team. And Iowa needed a get right game because they come off that loss at USC. So we're like, yeah, just let it wait. What does Stephen A. Smith say about the Cowboys? Just stop.
Accident waiting to happen.
Let it wait. It's going to happen. That loss will come into play. And guess what happened in the fourth quarter? The L came exactly when it was going to. And Jonathan Smith, throughout the whole season, he had that look on his face. He walked up to Kirk Ferentz, shook hands with him, patted him on his back, then walked off the field, had to plug himself into his Unimatrix, then went to the podium and did what? Not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough. Not good enough. We are the Borg. Winning is futile. Not good enough. And then they flew back home.
I like the reenactment of the game. Only one thing I would add, this, I don't know if this is positive, but we didn't lose by double digits.
Right, we beat the spread.
That
was the only positive.
That has been the deal in Big Ten play, losing by double digits. This is the second time we have not lost by double digits. So,
but we were up by double
we
digits.
There's improvement.
We were up by double digits. It took a loss.
Kenneth, let's not state facts. Let's not state those facts. Not those facts. Only the facts that make us look good in a loss. No, it's
like Groundhog Day with this team.
The lack of complementary football. Offense doing good, defense not doing good. Offense doing bad,
special
defense
teams atrocious.
Exactly. If offense is doing okay, defense is doing okay, special team is like, no, it's our time to shine. And I'll say this again. I don't know how many times I've brought it up in this podcast about if people talk about the talent on Michigan State, football team, and they're not talented enough. That's why they're losing these games. Now, this is the third winnable game that Michigan State gave away. But you had control going into the fourth quarter, and you just gave it away by being Michigan State football at this point. For some reason, Purdue, it's known about Purdue. They're going to play good defense. They're going to have good special teams, and they're not going to make mistakes to beat themselves. That's just what they do. You're going to have to play a better football game than Iowa. Excuse me, to win. If I said Purdue, my
Yeah, I
bad.
say
Um,
Purdue's the team that one team that's worse than us by a little bit.
yeah, maybe. Not, but yeah. So for some reason, the game plan, as our current head coach, has it, said they want to challenge Iowa's kick returner. He's only like one of the best in the Big Ten, but you decided that with your Seki special teams, that your best option was to challenge this person in this game.
What was his name?
And that was your admitted
Wetgen or Weegen? Well, something.
wet wedging, whatever. He That boy good, as they would say.
That boy
So
bad.
I can understand that you kicked to him the first time because you wanted to just to test the waters. You give up a 63-yard return. I think that experience should be over. After that point, it should be like, let's not do that anymore. But nope, you go back to that well two more times, and eventually cost you the game.
And
Fast forward, defense needs to make a stop, can't make it. Offense needs to put a drive together, can't do it, and you end up losing. Rinse and repeat. At least those things happening.
so my question is, and we talked about it after the game, when you when you say in your post game presser that you wanted to challenge the punt returner, what does that exactly mean? I mean, what does that mean? I never heard any, and I said this when we were talking about this game, that I never heard any coach, college or pro, say they wanted to challenge a star punt returner or kickoff returner. Like, how do you,
I
how,
don't know. It's like, hey, our game plan is to throw the Deion Sanders side of the field. We want to challenge Deion Sanders
and we exactly said that after the
consistently.
game. We were like, oh, yeah,
Like,
we're gonna throw to
what?
Revis Island to challenge him to see if our receiver can catch the ball over Darrell Revis, which never happened. No one ever threw to him. No one ever threw to Deion Sanders to his side of the field. No one ever said, oh, we're going to
Like,
challenge these guys.
it's like, hey, if we have to make that throw and it's the option, sure, yeah, you got to test it out occasionally, but not as like your game plan. Like,
Right.
hey, our game plan is because, but maybe it's not what he meant, but it came off as our game plan was to kick the ball to this guy and make him return it on us, and he returned it on us.
Yes. As if MSU had this spectacular, you know, team that could just take out anybody. Like, yeah.
And I could understand trying it one time, but after that first time failed, it should have been let's do something else.
Yes, like not kick to
Like I
him.
said to my 3-year-old, you know what? That didn't work out. Let's do something else.
Right. I
No,
God damn, I'm just
new ways to lose. It it doesn't even hurt anymore. I feel like I'm getting back to the point pre D'Antonio where I could look at the team's eyes. I could look at the body language about, okay, this is how they're gonna lose this game.
yeah.
I'm getting back to that
That
Nostradamus.
that
Like,
John
it's all right.
John L
I can
one.
feel it. I can just
John L part
I can
one.
just feel the through the ether in the air. Okay, what has State not done yet to lose this game? Ah, yes. In a crucial moment, we're going to kick to one of the best kick returns in the nation. Yes, let's do that. Here it goes. How's that going to work out? Well, he made some incredible plays. Well, yeah, that's what he does.
Yeah, that's what star
And we'll go
returners
back to
do.
this point. Coaching decisions have cost this team games, not talent. It's been way more coaching decisions have cost this team than talent. I don't think any reasonable fanatic with the Michigan State's this uber talented team that is going to out talent everybody on their schedule. No, most people were expecting to go 6-6, 7-5 this year because we thought we had a head coach that could out scheme, just you know out coach somebody to a victory at least out three, 4 more times outside of non-conference. We're in the
Hmm.
midst of our worst Big Ten seasons in Michigan State history. Winless in the Big Ten.
Not just the
We're
Big
looking at it right
Ten.
in the face.
This is the modern Big Ten with what 18 teams, 18 teams in the conference where again, you have built-in every team has built-in wins. Every team does. You can just scratch your ass to win 6 games in the Big Ten. 3 non-conference and then
Because you
playing 3
outside of
games.
non-conference,
That's
three.
3. You can't muster 3 wins against teams that look like you pretty much on
Your peer
your
group.
peer group. Yes. They may be a little bit more talented than you or a little less. You can't get this 3 of those wins. Like I said, that's some special talent there as a coach to not even muster 6 wins. Hell, most of the teams in the Big Ten have won at least 7 or 8 games. Most of the teams in the Big Ten have won at least 7 or 8 games. Even teams that we
And my
clown
problem
on,
is,
the Minnesotas, the
and,
Nebraskas, they've won at least 7 to 8 games.
yeah, Nebraska's 7-4 right now. They just lost this past weekend, but yeah, 7-4 going. They were 7-3 going into that last
Yes.
game. So yeah,
Minnesota is what 7-4, maybe 6-5. I mean,
all
what are we
eligible.
talking about?
Penn State making the case to
They're
go six
they're
and
about to go
six. They
6-6.
they're 5-6. Yeah, they got right on us. They got so the get right team. They got the mojo back. They put a beat down on who was it they played last week?
They played Nebraska, didn't they? This past Saturday.
Yeah, they put a beat down
Yeah,
on they put a
Nebraska.
whooping on Nebraska. So there we go. And then I'm just looking back at these losses. USC.
Hmm.
Okay, USC's
We
okay.
all press that in
Our
as a
two.
loss.
Oh yeah, for sure. And I guess my biggest point is, the discussion is now: are they going to bring Jonathan Smith back or not? And we're past the point of it's time to make a decision. Either let us know he's coming back, or let us know we're moving on. And I'm not sure of why move on, because if this was looking at the schedule, this was the year to get your, hey, I made improvements, wins. We're 7-5 and 6. We're heading in the right direction. And if you took a step back in year 3, I think people would have been okay there because the schedule gets a lot harder next season than this season. But how it's currently shaking out, we can't even go 50-50 in our peer group. It just Nebraska should have been a win, Minnesota, and I'm going to say now Iowa should have been a victory. You're heading into the fourth quarter of each of those games with the lead, and you just blow it inexplicably. Just give the game away with stupidity. You have special teams gaffes that cost you Nebraska and cost you Iowa because you're giving up touchdowns and giving up bad field position and field goals because your special teams just every once in a while just flip flop and goes out of the water. Indiana, okay, we knew that was going to be a loss. UCLA game, that will be one of the first turning
Oh
points.
God,
I think that's the
yes.
second. I'll break this
And we
down,
got our
and it's
ass
just
whooped
me.
by
There are
UCLA. I mean, that's just embarrassing.
3 turning point games for me so far that have got me to the point of this guy needs to be fired. I'm going to count last season's last game versus Rutgers. You're in
got
a
this
fight for a ball
got
game
destroyed.
and gets destroyed at home. Just come out flat. You get beat by 3 touchdowns. Just complete butt whooping versus Rutgers. My bad ending to a season that we had some hope. All right, coming to this year, USC lost. We were like, oh man, defense looks, pretty shaky. It looks shaky versus Youngstown State. I mean, Youngstown State University going to USC. L. Okay, cool. L. Then we have Nebraska game. Just coaching bungle after bungle to give that game away. And
And
that's the
we were
first
coming
time
off
I
a
thought
bye
in my
week.
brain, like,
Remember, we're coming off a bye week. We
yes,
played Nebraska.
off a bye
I
week.
mean, that's even more atrocious.
And so right there, that's the first time it hit in the back of my head. They should fire this guy. Like this game is completely unacceptable. To come off a bye week and look this haphazard and unprepared. But this is in the back of my mind. It's like, I'm just an angry fan. Then Nebraska gives us UCLA,
He should
where you've
he
been
should have been
embarrassed
fired after
on the road.
UCLA.
You've been embarrassed on the road. You have, this team come off a big victory. Know they're ripe and ready to go. It's your homecoming, and you get pushed off the field at home. Your team looks uninspired. They weren't ready to go. And that's when most of the Spartan Nation said together at the same time, he has to go. He has to be fired.
And if I remember correctly, was that the game that Jalen Berger was? Because he plays for UCLA, doesn't he?
Yeah, so we quit.
And he said it.
Yes. He said they
He
won't play no
said,
more. They don't play football no more. And, I'm not going to rehash every single one, but just, we've seen enough now. How many we just finding new ways to lose a game? The decision has to have been made either to keep this guy or get rid of him before, because win or lose at Maryland doesn't really make any difference. Like a win, okay, yay, you won. I know it feels good, but how the program is viewed and how the coach staff is viewed, they're done. And then you hear these rumors, oh, they're gonna bring them back, they're gonna really invest in NIL. Like, we had NIL support these past few transfer portals, and they decided not to spend all the allocated cash, and they made a lot of head scratching decisions on defense. Okay, we're going to roll with these defensive ends that we didn't get a whole lot of production of last season, and hope some new guys pop. Okay, that seems like a huge question mark. And the pass rush has been a question mark, and it's been below par most of the season. And hell, the defense has been showing up, but basically since, I would say, since the U of M game, the defense has showed up decently.
mm-hmm.
And Rossi comes down, and they still give a lot of points, but not losing games because defense has been bad. Okay, you make the switch at QB, Alessio seems a little bit more productive, but there's still not a lot of production out of the offense. O line is too prohibitive. So I just, that stuff's not going to change. Now we have, November Maryland's, coming to Ford Field, and who knows what that game is going to be. And it's
Toilet Bowl Central, 4-6.
I feel sad for the players.
4-6 versus 3-8. 7:30 kickoff.
Bowl losers.
This will be the second game, primetime game, that MSU will have the spotlight as a very pathetic looking team. Toilet Bowl Central Part 2.
At least last time at Ford Field, we announced a new head coach the next day. There was hope then. Now they're hoping we move on.
Yeah, they might get the pink slips ready after this game, because We'll be the
I hope so.
we'll be the get right team from Maryland.
It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Like, it's just such a depressing state for Michigan State football, and the future does not seem bright. It just seems like, hey, how much lower can we go? Like, well, are we going to botch this whole head coaching thing now too? Because it seems like we're botching it. It seems like of all the reasonable moves to be made, State's going with the unreasonable path. Like, because you can't get because new head coaching jobs, new head coaches are being announced the last couple of weeks. James Franklin to Virginia Tech. They had I think is it Eric Morris? He coaches North Texas. He's taking the OK State job, OK State job. So that somebody up the board. State can officially start their search if there's a current head coach. So unless you're doing some ridiculous back channeling and you already got it set up to have the next guy announced, I just, what are we doing in terms of with the head coach? Because right after the season ends this upcoming weekend, it's signing day.
Oh yeah,
So
that's right. I forgot
are
about
we going to
that.
leave all the recruits in limbo? It's like to not sign, and it's just we're coming down to a silly season. And so at the very minimum, we know he's going to be retained through this weekend. Now, is it announced right after the game on Sunday? But regardless, Jay Back gonna have to come out and get on camera and put it on wax, like what it is.
Yeah, you're right. You gotta say something now. Gotta say something. Because the silent act it can't work anymore.
No, you have too many people coming back, too many being let go. Need to let the fans know how we're gonna think about investing our time next season. Of course, we got our podcast. We'll watch the games. We'll take the beatings. You know,
Yeah, we're gonna take
because
some
the
verbal
future
beatings.
does not look bright, and there's no juice. There's no excitement. It feels like there's nothing to look forward to in Michigan State football right now. And I'm not saying that as a reflection on the players, it's just a reflection of the coaching staff and the wins and losses. Because I don't think for 1 minute the players aren't playing hard. It's just they've been infected by losing, and it just happens now. It's become ingrained in the program.
Yes. L's for everybody. Oh, and by the way, I do want to mention this. I may have mentioned this before, but MSU definitely is in danger of having the absolute worst season in Big Ten play. And I don't know if it's in the Big Ten, but at least in Michigan State history, because the last time MSU went winless was back in 1958. So we're talking, 67 years? So that's what we're looking at. And it's going to happen because there's no evidence that shows that it won't. So again, in the modern era of Big Ten football, we're going to go winless in the Big Ten. And thanks to the NCAA violations, Jonathan Smith will have a 0% winning percentage in Big Ten play, a big fat donut. So if that tells you that you need to remove this guy and get a new coach, I don't know what else to tell you.
Just not good enough. Just not good enough, Ken.
Right.
No, but the record has to speak for itself. There has to be I know at first it was okay. Well, who is Michigan State to fire a head coach after 2 years? But I think there has to be a standard set. Like, it's unacceptable for you as a Big Ten coach in Michigan State to go winless. Not with not with the money allocated for quarterbacks and receivers and this is not some the poorest operation. These are your people that you brought in. So call it a talent issue you want. This is your talent.
Yes.
Like these are your guys. No longer is it the hey, let's wait 4 years to get his full recruiting class in to see how a guy does. Like, no, you got people who have college experience playing for you. If you can't coach them up, you can't develop them, and it takes you 4 years to develop every player. We're not the culture that's needed in modern and not in modern college football.
Mm-mm.
You have to be able to turn that roster and look like something going into year 3.
Right. And we point this out
But
too.
we don't look like anything.
Right. We pointed this out too. Even the BS we went through with Mel Tucker, at least between his first and second year, I mean, he took off. Between that COVID year and the end of 2021, 11-2, he ended up getting a fat contract and won a bowl game, a pretty decent bowl game.
But then disintegrated from there. But we all know the Mel Tucker series, but on wax, on paper, on the things that matter, wins and losses, he's Jonathan. I cannot see Jonathan Smith having a single year better than Mel Tucker's K9 year.
Right.
And you had K9. Well, yeah, he found K9. I mean, we understand what Mel Tucker has done to university outside of football things and
Right.
how we had to go and everything else, but we're just talking about wins and losses and facts and facts.
Right. We're just talking about his first 2 years, not the totality of his coaching tenure at Michigan State, just the first 2 years. So the first 2 years he had compared to Smith's first
Beat
2
Michigan
years.
Twice.
Yeah, it's night and day. Night and day. So
heck, even the year after that, to go 3-0, it was a game. We battled. And then the next year after that, we got wiped off the map. And it's just, and we know through Mel Tucker's words, he said, I'm horseshit football coach. Well, we agree with that. We understand that. But to your point, he would go down as a more successful coach than Jonathan Smith. And yes, to be fair, we understand that everything is not Jonathan Smith's fault. That's every problem that's wrong with Michigan State football and administration. Not all his fault, but he's the head man. And on game days, the operations, the decisions, the communications, the miscommunications, all falls on the head coach.
Yep.
Wins and losses right there. So, and then, it's just for a coach that was supposed to be held for his development, don't seem like we see in a whole lot of development. You have an easier schedule than last season, but you're going to have a worse record.
Worse record, a worse. 3 wins, none in the Big Ten.
In the year last season, played Ohio State and Oregon.
And Indiana.
And Indiana. I would say and Indiana. So you're talking about 3 top 10 teams. And you in that schedule eked out at least 2 Big Ten wins. Now we're getting our doors pushed in and blown off by UCLA. Double-digit loss to U of M. Double-digit loss to Penn State.
Ooh,
Like he just
that was that's tragic.
But we've lost to 2 interim head coaches.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right about that.
And that's an indictment on Jonathan Smith as a head coach at Michigan State. You're losing to people who weren't even head coach 2-3 weeks ago before you played them. So it's that's where we're at. I know all these discussions devolve into this because we talk about the game for a few minutes because with the games, it's the same old, same old.
Right, it says
We
Groundhog
could probably
Day.
cut up. You could probably cut up the all of our podcasts and make one, and
Right,
you would not tell different.
right. Just take different
Well, the
different
quarterback got
clips.
sacked 8 times. Michigan State leading the nation in tackles for loss, or
Right.
getting tackles for loss against them.
That first drive started off good, but as the game progresses, 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out. Interception,
Anytime you need a play,
fumble, 3 and out.
anytime this has been a consistent theme for Jonathan Smith teams. That's why he hasn't had a comeback victory. Anytime, excuse me, it happened one time, my bad, with the Boston College game. We know Boston College is no good.
Woo. Super trash.
So anytime that the defense needs to make a play, they do not make it. Anytime the offense needs to make a play, they cannot make it. When we need special teams to do something for you, they cannot do it. And it's been consistent. You know, it's just been the same. And you start really dissecting Jonathan Smith's record, and you go back to last season, and yeah, State hasn't outscored a Power 5 opponent only once or twice in the second half. And like, so we're just hanging on to victory. We're not winning this game. We're baby pleasing it for in the Big Ten. Like, baby, please, let's hold on. If we weren't up by 13 or 14 points in the first half, you damn sure not winning in the second half.
No. Nope. He's allergic to scoring in the second half. Why? Because you're going to challenge punt returners.
It just seems that other coaching staffs continue to make adjustments at halftime, and we
don't
do. Who make adjustments, this don't work. So it gets to the untrained eye, and then sooner can make any adjustments.
Nope. Making adjustments to lose. That's what we're doing. We make the adjustments to get those L's. LLL.
We have an all-American punter, but we're going with pooch kicks with our quarterback. It's like, okay, guys, I don't think, like, why? I understand a couple times you catch somebody off guard, but it's like, okay, so anytime you're in the 40-yard line, you're gonna fourth and 5. Okay, you're not going for it. Like, just do a regular punt. Maybe you can pin them. Then we can kick it to the out of bounds without having it, or kick it close enough to out of bounds without having their returner. You have a chance for it. I mean, there's other options.
Or maybe we just go for it with a toss sweep for and get tackled for 5 more yard loss. How many times we've seen that play?
They run the tackle for loss play a lot.
4th and 2, Sparty goes for it. Here's the snap, toss it to the back. Oh! 3-yard loss. Turnover on downs.
And then, since we're talking about the game, every game there is at least 1 or 2 plays where lineman has a miscommunication with another lineman, and someone has a free shot at our quarterback, just a complete kill shot. It happens at least once or twice where one guy turns to the left, other guy turns to the right. They both kind of just have their hand up to the side and let this guy come streaming through.
Then it's like,
oh no, yeah, they cover suit. Oh no,
what happened?
Yeah, it happened.
I don't know.
Or we're trying to run our normal outside zone play, outside zone, and I don't know if our lineman's not getting there fast enough, but the linebacker just shoots the gap, tackle for loss to the running back, 4-yard loss. That happens like 4 times a game. I remember they flashed the stat during the game. It was like 85 tackles for a loss on run plays. Michigan State's, top 10 have been another bad category. It's like, so the offense could never get off the ground because, all right, well, either tackle for a loss, then it's a penalty, or it's a sack. Anytime it's third and long, I'm like, man, third and long, I just feel like it's going to be a sack like 50% of the times.
Well, that's why I said, what if this punt on third down? If it's more than 10 yards, maybe 9, third and 9, just fucking punt.
Just surrender up front,
yeah,
just not even try.
Right. Because it's going to happen.
It was the challenge. The fourth down play. We're like, nah, we're not going to challenge it. We're going to just go for it on third. And if it's not there, it's going to punt. We're not even going to try.
Might as well. Shit. Because we've seen what happens on third down. To your point, as soon as the ball is hiked, it's going to be a corner blitz or some kind of blitz that's not going to get picked up. Quarterback hitting the dirt. Now it's 4th down and 20.
And you can see, I think I just thought about every game you can see in the fourth quarter, the defensive coordinator goes, you know what? Let's just get really aggressive.
Right.
And it works. And
that's what happened in the Penn State
no quarterback
game.
On this earth. Yeah, they say no, this is blitz every time. No third and 3, this is blitz, whatever.
I mean, unless he'll get hit like a damn pinball in that game. There was what there were like back-to-back plays in that game that he got hit by.
Happens every game.
Well,
back-to-back sack.
Yeah, but
took it down, sack. 2nd and 16.
But wasn't there one play where he got hit by like 2 linemen at once?
22.
He got hit by 2 linemen at once, like a damn pinball back there.
And they got up. It's just
like Jesus.
No protection for quarterbacks. Every game. It gets so depressing. You turn to other games and you see, high level football. I'm like, man, that would be nice to just see Michigan State play a nice, solid game.
Right. Against an average team.
Thank you. Even just the average. It's just so many. There is a world, an alternate universe, where this Michigan State team wins 8 games. And because honestly, USC, okay, should have regular game, you beat Nebraska. Regular game, you beat UCLA. Indiana lost. U of M, regular game, you probably beat U of M if you don't miss the field goal and stupid calls here and there. Minnesota should have been a win. I would say Penn State
toss up.
Maybe L because they really talented. Iowa, well, we should have beat Iowa, so that should have been a victory. Maryland at that point doesn't matter. We're talking about a season where most of those games, if you just play a regular football game without, committing dumb penalties and ridiculous play calls, ridiculous coaching decisions, clock management stuff, you win those games.
Yeah, in the multiverse, James Franklin took the job and he goes 8-4 his first season.
Yeah, sure. I don't know.
Like I said, this the multiverse, not in our current timeline, but in the multiverse.
And when we're in this the real timeline that we're on, our reality. And like I was saying, I don't even know what the answer is moving forward. Like, oh yeah, we fired a coach. That's one step. I don't. Anybody can see it's not working here in Michigan State for Jonathan Smith. It's just whatever reasons, it's not working. We're just like, okay, look at the list of people. I'm like, well, who? And I can't, I don't even have any real strong opinions about it right now. I know last coaching search, I was really high on Jonathan Smith.
I was too.
And I thought it was a really good hire. And I said, okay, You know, give a guy 3 years. Now year two, I'm like, get the guy up out of here. And I have no, I can't even tell you who would be a good replacement. I can't give you. I can give you. You can be a list of people. I can tell you reasons why I think it will work and why it won't work. And I can't say there's a perfect
Oh
candidate.
yeah,
And so I
yeah,
so Jay Back got a job to do.
yeah, yeah,
And it's about time for them to speak up and make that announcement.
yeah. We played that game a few podcasts ago. Well, it was the why wouldn't he make a good fit for MSU? So just as long as not Pat Fitzgerald or Brian Kelly.
Yeah, agreed.
Those two dudes, no.
Yeah. I don't think they would be Brian Kelly for sure is not a cultural fit. And then Fitzgerald,
He don't move the needle.
his end at yeah, his end at Northwestern doesn't really inspire. Oh well, he won at Northwestern. Well, yeah, he won in at Northwestern for Northwestern in the week Big Ten West. So I'm so I'm not really too high on Pat Fitzgerald. And plus, he hasn't really coached during with all this NIL stuff. And then look at Northwestern's problems at the end of his tenure there, and you can make your own decisions about that piece of it. But yeah, I'm not my cup of tea. Not quite my tempo.
Nope. Maybe Tom Izzo can clone himself. He coached football.
If he can clone himself, he can keep coaching Michigan State basketball forever. Let's bring in Tom Izzo 0.25.
Well, through the engineering program and all those other fancy programs that Michigan State has, I'm sure they have some kind of cloning technology that we don't know about
Cloning tech.
on
Oh
campus.
my goodness.
I mean, that's
Sure.
hey, that's one functions of colleges. They do get all that research money to
Search.
do the things that are launched into the world, to the universe. They start at the college level, some of it.
Well, if you're gonna do football, they should make a hybrid of put a little Tom Izzo, little Nick Saban, little Mark D'Antonio.
That'd be cool.
Make us a
Make your own
yeah, but
coach. That's like a
that's not happening here, buddy.
that's like an old episode of GI Joe, like 30 years ago.
You just take a little bit of everybody,
When they
a
did
little Sergeant Slaughter, a
when
little
they,
Snake
yeah, when
Eyes.
they I don't know if you remember Serpentor. That's how Cobra made Serpentor. They went all across the world and got DNA from all of the world's most deadliest villains like Genghis Khan and King Tut really wasn't a villain per se,
Not a villain, but
but
yeah.
yeah, that's how they made Serpentor. So maybe Michigan State can do the same thing for the next coach.
All the greats. Yeah. Well, yeah, there's just I think apathy would be the appropriate word for Michigan State fan base right now. Just abject
Oh
apathy.
boy.
I'm sure there's a light at the end of the tunnel, but it's getting really hard to see it.
Oh
And
man.
hopefully, Jay Back can come out and provide some clarity for the fan base.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Tom Izzo, at least MSU, they kicked ass again today. East Carolina, and whatever invitation they're doing in Fort Myers. So the Izzo is humming.
Big game coming up.
Yeah.
Yeah, that team. I was a little skeptical at first. I didn't think they had the appropriate shooting to make some noise this year, but I slowly but surely that team has improved a whole lot, and they're shooting a lot better. So I think they can make some noise this season. So we'll see.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I watched the second half of the game. I missed the first half, but when I saw the highlights and totality of the game from the first half, all I saw was this, especially from the corner, the left corner, three, three, three. Like, damn. I mean, MSU got some flamethrowers coming off the bench or something. Like, wow,
They get good looks.
yeah, they,
They got the right people shooting them, and it's funny because it's not their best. It's not their best attribute is shooting threes. They just play regular basketball, rebound, run, Michigan State stuff,
mm-hmm.
play all the time as though hits, and they win that way. The 3-point shooting is like just a cherry on top. Like, hey, maybe if we get into a offensive shootout, we can still get there too.
mm-hmm.
So I think this team has a higher ceiling than I originally thought. So I say, well, the Fighting Izzos will be there.
Yes, Tom Izzo keeps us Spartan fans happy, something to cheer for. Even the hockey team, because the hockey team, they took a loss to Wisconsin, I think, this past weekend, but they've been killing it too.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I haven't caught I caught like some of their first game because I think, yeah, their first game I think they played Boston College, I believe, and I think at the time Boston College was number one, and yes, MSU put it to them. Been killing it ever since. So shout out to the men's hockey team, and the women's soccer team has been killing it too. They're in
Yeah.
their tournament, I guess their version of March Madness or something. They've been
Mm-hmm.
killing it too. So shout out to men's hockey and women's soccer. Between them and the basketball team right now, and the women's basketball team has been good too. So those 4 programs have been keeping the
Everybody,
fans happy.
yeah, MSU football has been making them sad, but everybody else has picked up the slack. Love to see it.
Yeah, buddy. So what else can we say, broski? I mean, we've pretty much been on the greatest hits repeat for the past since I'll say the Nebraska game, maybe the past like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Groundhog Day to its
It might
finest.
not. Maybe next time we'll come away with a victory. I mean, it's not gonna. Besides just feeling good, not gonna mean a whole lot. Well, I'm sure it'll mean a whole lot more to the team than the fan base, because the fan base, we're all checked out
Yeah.
on this. But maybe I get some use out of my MSU turnover chain and see if I can where if we somehow beat Maryland. We have to do our preview podcast. Maryland is just Maryland. This is so typical.
I don't know what the other preview for.
Start off hot, end up cold. Man, I can't even call it with who would win the game, because Maryland seems to be a team very similar to Michigan State in finding ways to lose. So who's going to make the most mistakes to lose the game? Not who's going to win the game, who's going to make the most mistakes that's going to cost them. Who's going to make the least amount of mistakes? Who's going to throw less interceptions? Who's going to be good in crunch time? We have not seen Michigan State play a complete game a long time. Maybe Iowa last year, but that doesn't count anymore. So
Right. It's in the
technically, we haven't
ether.
seen it.
Last season's games in the ether. They don't exist anymore.
And that still remains Jonathan Smith's best game.
That game that no longer
Out of the
exists.
bye week, Michigan State looked like they had solved all the offensive line. They looked like a new team. I was like, okay, this is the vision. I can see it. And we don't get to see that vision basically ever again.
No, sir. No, sir. Well, I'll be live at Ford Field watching this debacle of a game. Our producer here, your nephew, my son, Mr. Ethan 8-Bit Williams, he wanted to go to the game, so as good parents,
God bless you all.
we happily obliged them. So we'll be in the building at Ford Field, and I may wear my sunglasses to 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 not see what's going to ultimately happen, and I'll just have a bunch of libations to numb the pain, and call it a Big Ten season going winless.
Maybe they could win, possibly somehow. It's an available option.
Now that is funny when you say winning is an option.
I mean, it's an option, you know.
Winning is an
They can
option with
try.
the Get Right team. Winning is optional.
Yes. I just see that this just don't see how there's nothing I can hang my hat on and say, yeah, they're gonna win this game. Like I don't know which team is gonna show up. I mean, we're favored to win.
Are you
So
serious?
whatever that means. Yeah, like 3.5 or something like that. So
What
basically it's a toss up.
the hell? MSU's
Yeah.
favorite to win against Maryland. I did not know that.
This man, it's more a
Jeez.
statement about Maryland than it is Michigan State.
Jeez. Woo. Wow. That's tough. Well, I guess we'll call it a day. There's really not much left to say. I mean, we didn't said everything.
Back to our caves. Try about Michigan State football. And then rejoice over Michigan State basketball.
Yes. Shout out to Tom Izzo because he's keeping the Spartan fan ship afloat. As I mentioned too, with the lady Spartan basketball team, the women's soccer and men's hockey, y'all keeping that
Women's hockey, yeah.
mantle, high. So we'll have to get some of those players on here sometime, broski.
The Spartans will.
Yes, Spartans will. Yes, sir. So, cue the woodshed. We're out of here once again. Ken, the super cool Spartan, my brother Brian, the super extremely mad Spartan, and go green.
No white.
Or no green, no white. All right, y'all, we out of here. Oh, before I forget, make sure you follow us on all our social media, including Twitter/X. We are now on Twitter/X. I do hate saying that. It sounds ridiculous, but that's what it is. It's Twitter/X. Make sure you guys follow us on there along with our other platforms. Catch a podcast on YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music. So get at us. We love to talk to y'all. All right, we out.